Okay. I switched to a different network. Is it fine now? Hey guys, uh, is it fine now? You guys can hear me? You guys are mute. You guys can hear me now?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll start. Okay, I think today I'll take the concepts of friend functions. Okay, so what are friend functions? How they can help us, okay, achieve something more uh, beyond what assignment operators can do. Okay, so what are friend functions? So friend functions are those functions which are part of which are not part of your class. They are functions which are not part of your class. Okay, but they want access to your public, private, and protected members and functions. So what does this mean? So what does this mean is, okay, so if you see our class, right? We have declared a class. We have declared 1, 2, 3, 4 variables as private. Okay, we have declared all the 4 as private. So when you declare all the 4 as private, in when you try to make some modification to any of the variable, any of the objects uh, variable, right? It will not allow you to make any change. It will not allow you to make any change. You will get the compile time error is saying that all these are private members. You cannot make changes to them. Okay. So this is the problem that that we have. It's not a problem, it's a benefit. Like it's that's how you protect your members. So that no one will directly make changes to your uh, members. Okay, or member variables. Okay, so but for some reason you say have a function. I would say a trusted function. I have a trusted function which what it does, which can change the variables as you want. It can change member functions as you wanted. Okay, so basically what you are trying to say is I have some functions, okay, which I trust so much that I can expose private members of this class. Okay, so and these guys can make changes to the private variables of these classes and all. Okay, you got that right? What I'm trying to say? So I have some functions using which I can change some contents. Let's see. Now if you see obj dot student roll number. Okay. Now still you see this guy is not changeable. Like you are not allowed to change the contents of them. Okay. Now how do you tell this guy is so much trusted that I can give him all rights access to make changes. Okay. So what you can do is you can copy these functions and put it inside your class and say friend. Okay. The moment you say friend, what will happen? See, let's see. See, this error goes. Okay. You got what I'm trying to say, right? Now let's see, can I do the same thing here? See, it is not doable, right? If you want me to create a same code or same thing, right? I'll write, I created an object. Okay. This guy is constructor. Okay. So you are able to understand, right, what I'm meant to say here? Or you guys have any doubts on this? 1 minute, let me put this construct number name this and this fine. Okay. So if you see, right, I'm not able to compile this. I get warning saying that I created an object and here I'm not able to make any modification to this guys. Okay. So this is because this main function was not declared as friend to this class. Okay. Whereas this function is declared as a friend, okay, of this student. So why we do that is, okay, there are few variables which you want to change in a known way, and and only for few functions you give explicit access, like so that they can overwrite the contents or they can make some calls in a sequence as they want. Okay, we'll come to we'll see an example like how we can use friend functions, okay, in real scenarios, and how we can make use of them. Okay, so if you see, right, as of now this code is not compilable, so I will comment this. Okay, now, right, what I will do is let me retain this. Okay, now here what did I do? I created an student. Okay, so a class by name student. Now what are the contents of student? I'll rename this also. What's his name? Name one. Some name. Let's me. Subbu is there, so I'll give Subbu's name. Okay. So I created a object by name Subbu, whose roll number is one, whose name is Subbu, whose college name is college one, whose CGPA is some 8.1. Okay. This is just for reference. Okay. Now I will try to print them here. Okay, so I printed the contents. Okay, now I'll try to make some changes to this content. Okay, what can I do? Trusted function which will assign a what do you want me to assign? You want me to change roll number, name, college, or a CGPA? Okay, let me do a get college. Okay, or set college. What this guy will do is he will set a college name for this guy. Okay, so what is happening? Okay, that's so what this guy will do is here. Okay, college name. Okay, so this is okay. Const star, right? Like this. Let's not get into much problem. Okay, let me not change the college name. Let me, because it's a pointer, right? I don't want to change the college name. I would change assign surname. Okay, he will add some surname. Okay, I have a function. What it will do? It will add some surname to the existing name. So let's assume Subbu and Subbu. I don't know your second name, but I'll give some Subhash. Okay, this is your surname, or so your name will become after this changes. What it will become? It should become the result should become Subbu plus Subhash. Okay, so what you did is you are writing a function to which if you pass an object, it will just add Subhash at the end. Okay, so now you see name is a private variable. Name is a private variable which you will not be generally not be able to make any changes. Okay, but you are writing a friend function using which you can make changes. Okay, so before calling that function, what we'll do, we have printed it. Now what we'll do is we'll pass this object. Okay, and then we'll try to print his name again. This is details again, and we'll see what happens. So what does print do? Print will print his roll number, name, college, okay, and CGPA. Let's compile this and see. Okay, it's okay. So let me clear it. So the app got built. Now we have the result. Now if you see, right, the first print, first what it is, we just created an object with roll number 1, name Subbu, and some college name and his CGPA. Now we printed at line number 137, we printed the contents. So it should just print what you have initialized it. With whatever that you have initialized it, it should print. Now if you see, roll number was 1, name is Subbu, college is college 1, CGPA is 8.1. It is same as what we have given initially. Okay. Now you have a function by name trusted function assign surname. Okay. By name to the object Subbu. So it is taking an object by name Subbu and it is assigning some surname to it. Okay. Now post that you are trying to print. Okay. So what you did is you did it. Now if you see the content, the private member name got altered. Okay. The private member name got altered. So this is what we can do with a friend function. So what friend functions are declared outside, they are not part of your class. You just redeclare them and say they are friend. Okay. So generally how you would write a code is something like this. Do some operations and get a surname. Okay. And modify object. Okay. So generally the surname Subhash, whatever that we have added, right? Assume that we are doing some console input collection or taking the data from socket or serial port. Okay. Okay. So we are taking that surname we can take this from a serial port or a socket or a message queue or from a file, anywhere you can take, and you say this name I want to append. Okay. So you just want to append this, then can do this. Okay. Just copying this syntax back because the function definition has changed. It was showing red. Okay. Now let's combine the same code and see. It got compiled. We got executed it. So whatever that we had, it got added. Okay. So why uh, why we do this is just uh, because like you someone is Okay, so you have a class which was already defined. Okay, now you have already written some setters and getters functions, everything to it, and you don't want to make any changes to this class, because if you make changes to this class, there are other applications which get affected. Okay, there can be other applications which can get affected. That's when you can say, right, some someone is adding a function using which you want to change some modifications. Okay, that's when you can add them to your class and use them. That's one. Okay, apart from that, we can use it for operator overloading. In some of the operator overloadings, I'll tell you that. Okay, but so far in this example, you guys are able to understand, right? Or you guys have any doubt on this? If you can, someone can unmute and say yes, then I can go to next person. Okay, so not just private variables, he can call private functions as well. Check. uh, okay, he can call this private functions also. See, if you see check college is a private, I mean you didn't declare any data, any access specifier before, so it will become private. Okay, now let's see, I can call this function. This function will generally do nothing, but for to check compilation, can we can see. Okay, now if you see, this is able to call this function. We can just compile and see whether this is compilable or not. See, this is compiled without any errors. So what it means is, you a friend function can access all the data members, whether it can be private, public, or protected. You can access them and you can call them. Okay, that's the reason we have friend functions. Okay, now when and what is a practical use case? What is the practical use cases of this friend functions? That is the one which becomes very important here. Okay, so assume we have written Subbu, and we are always writing something as print Subbu dot print. Okay, what if I want to write something like this? Okay, what if I want to write something like this? Subbu, I want to just print the contents of Subbu. So whatever this guy is doing, right, we want to do it. So what he will do, he will take Subbu as a parameter. Okay, stdcout is a class which will take Subbu as a parameter and will print the contents of this class. Okay, so in order to achieve this, we make use of this friend functions and all, and we can achieve things that we need. Okay, with respect to this. Okay, I'll explain you that. But so far, any questions? Okay, okay, let me add a function then doing this. Okay, I'll write a function. Okay, inside which I am going to create an object and I'm just going to print them. Okay, so I'll just copy this to here and I'll just call this guy. and keep it as it is, and keep this as it is. Okay, create an objects and it will print some contents. So here I am going to create an object. My name may be Smitha and give her roll number 2, college number 2, and I will give some numbers. Now I want to print it in a different way. Okay, okay, we'll remove this. Okay, I can call this also. Okay, so what we have to do is we need to write a friend functions which can print the content of Smita. So that is what we need to write, who can have access to the private members of this class. Okay, let's write a function. I think I have to stick it from here. Okay, so friend here as well. Okay, put that match the data type. Okay, so okay, what we are trying to do here is what we are. Okay, okay, so what we are trying to do here is we created an object and we want to print the contents of it. Okay, so now the cout. Okay, after cout you see this operation left shift twice an object by name Smita. Okay, so what this actually means is you have an object by name stdcout and you want to do some double left shift operations onto it and the contents of Smita. Okay, this object content you want to move it to inside. Okay, inside of this object. Okay, that is what it actually means. People can say that no, this is a output device onto which I am sending this data. Okay, this is an output console onto which I am sending this data. You can say something like that. Okay, but that is what it actually means. But what if you have some other class now? You can add this into that class also. Okay, so we'll not get into that, but I'll explain this. So what you are actually doing is you have an operation by name left shift. Okay, this is just a left shift operation. Okay, so you want this left shift operation, you can do it on primitive data types. primitive data and shift so many times, you can do it this one very easily. Okay, you can put some number here and do left shift, and sometimes that this contents will be shifted, okay, easily. Like how you have 3 left shift 4 times, what will this become? This bit will be shifted some 4 times. Now what will this become? This will become should I say 1 2 3? Okay, let me write it. Okay, this will become shifted. What it will become? 1 2 3 0 0 1 1.
0011 4 zeros.
Yeah,
No.
this here, this one,
Zero
left
zero
shift.
one one
0 0 1 1 3
one.
zeros.
Then no, sir.
3 0 left
First,
shift. Okay, sorry,
first.
4 times now.
Uh,
Oh, sorry, sorry.
00 first 0011, then
Mm.
4 zeros.
So this is what it becomes. Okay, 4 times you are shifting. Okay, so but this is for primitive data types, it will do like this. But for but what is the arguments that you are given here? This is a non-primitive data type and this is a non-primitive data type. Okay, on this आपको क्या करना है? On this, what you need to do is something that is you need to define here. You need to tell to compiler when you see non-primitive data types, what you do. Okay, that is this operation. Now if you see, you are overwriting operator left equal to twice. Okay, but you are not seeing any class name here. Okay, you are not seeing any class name here. So this left shift operation is not with respect to any class, it is plainly on this operation. Okay, when you are doing but when you are doing writing this for some class, right? Okay, when you are doing left shift, when you are writing operator overloading for any class, you would generally put some class name is equal to operator you will put. So which means you are trying to override this operation on some class operator. Okay, but that is not what we want. We are just overwriting left shift operation which C compiler does give to us. Okay, so on this what we can do is, so now this guy takes 2 arguments. One is OS, O stream, other one is your object, your object. Okay, now you are passing it as const my student whatever class name and object. So you have passed these two. So the compiler is seeing what is on the left and what is on the right. Left में क्या है? Cout. Cout is nothing but output stream. Cout is called as output stream because it is going to put something onto a console. It is set it as O string. And what is on the right? It is going to take some contents from this and put onto here. So from this you are going to put make some dumping into you are going to take some data and do some operation onto this. Okay, now on to this you can add os dot, okay, obj ka obj dot, you can add what do you want to print first. College name, check college name, student roll number, you can print. Okay, like that you can do. Okay, so now what happens here is this is equivalent to your std C out of this. This is as equivalent as this, right? Do you see any difference between this and this one or this one? No difference, right? You don't see any difference between them. Only thing, this variable name you are seeing difference. Okay, this C out becomes OS here. Okay, and what we are trying to do, you are just popping it to the stack. Okay, next what we can do, first you can print student name followed by roll number, name, then what you want to print, college name if there is anything assigned, then you can print CGPA. Okay, this is what you can print, but at the end you need to return OS. Because why? Because stdcout takes two arguments and does some operation and replaces it with modified or a temporary variable, whatever that you are modifying, right? Uske baad it will replace it. Okay, you understood, right? What I'm trying to say. Okay, but why does this need to be a friend? Why does this operation needs to be a friend? Okay, why did we made this guy a friend? Hello, Smita, you there?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you there?
Yes, sir.
No. Yeah. So why does this need to be a friend?